On November 2nd, 2015, Activision Blizzard Incorporated announced the signing of a definitive agreement in which they bought King Digital Entertainment for $5.9 billion. Mind you, at the time of this video's production, the acquisition wasn't quite completed. The acquisition still must be approved by both King's shareholders as well as the Irish High Court. It's expected that the decision will be finalized in spring of 2016. This is massive news for the world of video games. Activision Blizzard is the publisher of the tremendously successful Call of Duty franchise, the ever-popular World of Warcraft, and several other IPs including Guitar Hero, Destiny, StarCraft, Skylanders, etc. King, on the other hand, is mostly known for their kind-of-free Candy Crush series on mobile devices, a series that has made the company plenty of money through the magic of microtransactions. When King Digital Entertainment began publicly trading in 2014, they were making nearly $2 billion a year. It's little wonder that they attracted the attention of Activision. If the acquisition is approved, the megalithic Activision Blizzard will become bigger and more profitable, controlling a significantly larger chunk of the AAA landscape, as well as having reach in the ever-growing mobile market, which has proved tricky for AAA publishers to gain a foothold in. What does this news tell us about the industry, and what does it tell us about where it's heading? To start with, microtransactions, like them or not, are big money. They're not necessarily bad, but quite often wind up being exploitative, turning video games into glorified storefronts. The game as a DLC store model may sound far-fetched, but consider this. The 2013 game Batman Arkham Origins was riddled with glitches. While the developers fixed some of them, they eventually gave up on patching the game in order to focus on other pursuits. What pursuits, you ask? DLC. Time was spent making purchasable DLC for a game that wasn't working properly. Their aim was to sell players a store. Frankly, a game that costs millions of dollars to make needs to find ways to recoup costs, and DLC isn't necessarily a bad way of going about it, so long as it doesn't cut from the game itself. What this acquisition tells us about the future is that Activision will likely look for more ways to monetize aspects of their games and continue to make money after the game is sold. King's whole business model, mind you, focuses on making money from players by pushing them to drop money in order to continue playing what they started. It also heavily pushes social media integration, but that's a topic for another day. Of course, Activision isn't the only company that'll keep doing this. You can expect other players to push DLC and piecemeal content even harder, and you can expect more games to be sold bit by expensive bit. The best thing that you can do about this is to educate your fellow gamers about why it may be worth passing on certain games if said games show a heavy reliance on exploitative microtransactions, and to educate yourself about a game's monetization methods before you buy it. This means avoiding pre-orders. You need to know what you're getting into before you purchase the game. What do you think about this acquisition? Is this bad news for gaming? Are you still upset that King Digital Entertainment sued the developers of the Banner Saga for having the audacity to have Saga in the title of their game? Do you think I'm wrong and that Activision has our best interests at heart and would never look for exploitative methods to bleed money from gamers? Well, whatever you think, let us know. Hit us up and follow at BlackmanandRobin on Twitter for all the latest game news, reviews, previews, and interviews, and follow me at Jordan_Cameron for my own views.